Here are 10 boomer complaints about Gen Z. Debunked.
This video is sponsored by Squarespace and made possible by viewers like you.
Backed by popular demand, it's the Messages Land shirt. The only way to get one is join our supporter community at supportblimeycow.com. If you join at the annual level, we will send you a shirt for free. Get one now before they're gone. Get your free Messages Land shirt at supportblimeycow.com when you join at the annual level. Kids these days have it so easy. I'm about to say something controversial. I think kids today have it worse than any previous generation in this country. I mean, sure, modern day conveniences make it easier for me to just sit on my butt all day if I want to, but is that a good thing? The existence of these advanced technologies is great in a lot of ways, but it also kind of made things worse. There were trade-offs, and the younger generation didn't get a say in those trade-offs. Whether it's antidepressants, porn, social media algorithms, genetically modified food, we were handed the most addictive society that has ever existed. If I do not actively educate myself quickly when I am a kid, and then try to avoid everything society places in my path systematically, I will be overweight, depressed, and addicted to porn before I've graduated high school. Maybe when I'm in middle school. This is not a child's fault. That's on their parents. It's on the society that normalized that stuff in the first place. Kids these days are so entitled. A lot of kids are entitled, okay, I'll give you that. That's true. But where are they learning that entitlement? Could it be from the structures and systems that have been laid out for them that they didn't create? Perhaps at the places of education you're constantly telling them are imperative to their success. Or from the social media they find on their phones, which you shoved in their faces to shut them up at the grocery store when they were kids. You had a really good opportunity to rear your children in healthy ways, but you took the easy route. You sent them off to school or put them in front of a screen. Oh, kids these days just have this victimhood mentality. I mean, wouldn't you? Look, I agree, okay? You always have agency. In any situation, we can agree you can choose to make good choices that will positively impact your life. I'm just sticking up for Gen Z because they've been dealt a bad hand. God bless them. They're basically guaranteed to be addicted to screens whether they want to or not. By the time they're teenagers, most of them are raised by parents who are also addicted to screens. So there's very little hope of reversing this generational curse. And a lot of these parents want to be social media influencers, so narcissism is rampant. Plus, everything is insanely expensive now, which leads to the next one. No one wants to work anymore! When you feel like you're working towards something, it's easier to find the motivation to have a job. But when houses cost $400,000, it makes you want to at least be doing something that you enjoy, because you're definitely not gonna buy a house anytime soon. So might as well do something that I like and make no money, but I'm kind of happy at least. See, when you were growing up, you were willing to go to work 9 to 5 every single day for 40 plus years because you knew you were gonna get a stipend at the end of your life where the company was just gonna continue paying you. And we don't have that kind of stuff anymore. You had great benefits, you could have one income and have a whole house with a car and children, everyone's going to college and stuff. Yeah, good luck now. As soon as you make the money, it's out the door, and houses keep getting more expensive, so you have no door. You're too young to be tired. Do you know what it's like to have grown up on seed oils? I could sit on my butt staring at my phone or a computer screen literally all day. There are millions of jobs that allow for that, okay? That's a sad thing that I can't adjust. You get tired when you sit all the time. Yeah. Most jobs these days are geared towards you being docile. So your only option is to stay active before or after your desk job. It's not that Gen Z is lazy. They just have to work a lot harder to move as much as previous generations could on the job site. And they're less likely to get paid to do it. They have to pay money to be active because they got to go to the gym because they live in an apartment. The kids now have these play dates instead of just hanging out. Look, I actually agree with this one, Grandpa. It is a shame that I can't just send my kid off to play with other neighborhood kids, but the reason I can't is because when your generation was introduced to the idea of online pornography, you didn't make the moral choice to shut that bleep down immediately. So now it's pervasive, and just because I see pornography for what it is, a moral and spiritual rot, Billy's parents down the road might not be as convicted about it as I am. Heck, if Billy's dad is still around, he's probably addicted to the stuff. So, if my kids want to hang out at their friend's house needs to be at my house. And I need to make sure I know that the parents are really, I know them really well. Because computer screens are everywhere. If that's not the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about your kids being off somewhere and you can't see them, I mean, the fact that I even have to explain this proves my point. I don't like play dates either. But boomers invented this wide world of porn, and now we're just living in it. Kids these days living at home well into their 20s? Losers! Do not ever feel bad about living at home, especially right now. Live at home until you are married. Save as much money as physically possible. I promise you, whatever small awkwardness might come from the fact you didn't live on your own, it'll be matched by the fact that you have some money. If your parents will let you live with them while you are saving money, that is the most based boomer thing that I can possibly think of. It's almost like an apology, really. Sorry we screwed up the society you're going to live in. You can stay in your bedroom for a few more years.
It's like reparations is what it is.
It is reparations, Josh. I thought you'd be married by now. I was married at 14 years old. Well, once I work my way out of this crippling school debt that I was encouraged to do, then I can try to find a job that pays enough that maybe in like 5 years I'll be able to afford a house. Maybe I'll seem like I've got it together enough to attract a spouse on Bumble. But also, the boomers created a drug for literally everything under the sun, so much so that it's becoming more and more difficult to find non-crazy people. Kind of a chicken and egg situation there. Look, I myself and Josh here, okay? We thankfully just missed out on the dating app generation, thank God. But from what I hear, it's pretty great. Everyone does it and everyone hates it though. That's the problem. Boomers created a more insulated society. It's less communal. They allowed for the rise of social media and smartphones, and we all now live inside our devices and no one actually communicates face to face anymore. Also porn. So it's just, it's bleak out there, guys. I don't really know what else you want me to say. Good luck. Kids these days in their safe spaces. It's embarrassing. They criticize me, who I don't even believe in safe spaces, and they're sitting every single day and night watching AMC classics, black and white, like just the good old days. They want to watch the good old days because it makes them feel good. All I've got is SpongeBob, and I know that's corrupted. And the 10th one, you come up with them in the comments. 9 boomer complaints about Gen Z did not have the same ring to it. Ridiculous. So I want you in the comments to come up with the 10th one. We will pin the comment that is deserved. That is the best. Thank you. Boomers, look, are you exactly right? Is Gen Z a sad generation? I don't know, probably. You guys are a sad generation. So is millennials. We're all kind of, but at least Gen Z, I see a hope, Josh. I see it. I see it in them. I think that they're going to come together and want to do things in real life. Who knows? Maybe it'll be like Owen and Shiloh's generation, our sons. Maybe that it will be their generation that they really try to, which I don't even know what generation they are. So Gen Z, you're still probably sad. Maybe it's our children's generation that will do fine. Somebody's gonna make this all work, okay? It's not us. 2025 is the year that you finally start that website you've always wanted to start. And when you're ready to get started with Squarespace. Whether it's the Blimey Cow website or the side projects that Josh and I work on, we build our sites with Squarespace and have been using their services since before they were ever sponsoring our channel. Maybe you want to sell stuff or display your work or start a blog or a podcast, launch something, whatever you want to do, Squarespace can create a site that does one or all of those things. Social media is great for promoting yourself, sure, but you need a home base to really make it official. In fact, you can connect your social media accounts as embedded feeds on your site. So if you're worried about keeping your site updated, you don't have to. All your posts will show up on your site and it all looks so great. The website templates are fantastic, trust me. Right out of the box, they look amazing, but if you want to customize them, you can do that too. And if you need any help, their customer service is super fast and responsive. And now, Josh, they've got Design Intelligence, which is basically AI technology that helps you make the best possible version of the site that you want to build. You can sell content on your site as a one-time fee or under a membership model. Plus, if you run a business, you can easily invoice your clients directly through Squarespace. If you've been thinking about starting a website, I want to encourage you to just do it. Because now, making a website is just so easy. And it's fun too. Head over to squarespace.com for a free trial, and then, when you're ready to launch, go to our link squarespace.com/cow, because there you're going to get 10% off of your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/cow. Look, okay, I'm gonna say something that I shouldn't say, Josh. the people, at least the people that grew up in the Great Depression didn't have inflation. Like, at least they had the promise of like, oh wow, like everything has tanked. Imagine if they were like, yeah, but guess what? Now everything is 3,000 times more and you have no freaking money. That's where we're at now.